Well, friends, welcome to Stormtopia.com. Thanks for checking in here for the daily forecast video. Here's the current infrared satellite loop. I'm going to zoom you on into the Midwest specifically as our next blast of precipitation coming through right now. Here we have the western part of the eastern periphery touching the western part of Pennsylvania as this storm continues to blast off. Let's take a look at the current radar imagery out of Chicago, which happens to be getting hit hard right now. Here is some of the heaviest bands visible on radar imagery just to the south and west of the city. I could easily see some areas in that area getting over 6 inches, like the northeast. Now, let's take a look here at the forecast memo. We have snow starting a little bit ahead of schedule on Saturday. Overall, 3 to 7 inches from northern and central Pennsylvania into southern New England. A few inches of slush from New York City. And southeastern New England is going to be dealing with winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of 40 to 50. There actually will be some gusts a little bit higher than that, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But first and foremost, let's take a look at the futurecast, and we're going to be showing you a model that would normally just be showing just precipitation as opposed to contour precipitation. Assume that north of New York City it's all snow, alright? And then we're going to show you how much snow we actually see. This is just precipitation intensity. So here we are by the early morning, touching the western parts of Connecticut. This is by 3 a.m. Moves into Hartford, Worcester around 6 a.m. Boston, 8 a.m. Very progressive storm begins to gain moisture from the Atlantic. Heavy snow south of Boston. Boston sees moderate snow that tapers down. Really just a couple light flurries across northern New England that won't amount to much. And then into the afternoon, check out this development that we see. A very heavy band of snow develops from Connecticut into Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts south of the Mass Pike. And that is where you are going to see some of the heaviest snow. And that whole area down in there actually continues to see snow into the evening, into the afternoon. You're also continuing seeing a couple more bands of snow. And otherwise, let's take a look at how much snow you folks can actually expect. Let's start you off from east to west. Here is your expected snowfall, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to make the screen size a tiny bit smaller. Here's how much snow you can expect in southern New England. Southern New Hampshire, probably just an inch to 2 inches and just a dusting further north, where you just see midday a little bit of flurries coming through, but it'll be powdery enough to amount to some accumulation. And then what we're really talking about substantial snow is south of Route 2, 2 to 4 inches, south of the Pike, 4 to 6 inches, and a stripe of 6 to 8 in that very heavy band. Keep in mind that 6 to 8 inch band will likely be moved east in the next forecast video, including areas like Norton, Plymouth, Brockton, and Providence. Let us take a look right now at what we can regionally expect. Light inch, 2 to 5 inches, of course, north of the Pike, 3 to 7 inches south, and west all the way out to central Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania. New York City, 2 to 5 inches. More like 2 inches on Staten Island, more like 5 inches in Hyde Park, more like 5 inches in White Plains. According to 2 inches south of Jersey City, New Jersey, south of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, mostly rain with a low pressure center progressively moving from Virginia off to the north to the east. What's the other issue? Winds. Lots of folks are saying there won't be any wind. Well, I'm here to tell you right now there will in fact be wind. Let's take a look at the 10-meter wind speeds sustained in knots for, when is this? This is going to be 10 a.m. Saturday, and this is of course the scale over here. Let's go out to 10 a.m., so not much going on, right? Check out how the storm cranks as it moves off the Delmarva. Low pressure center is about here at this time. Watch what happens as that low pressure center moves right moves over the water. Right when that happens, all of a sudden, winds are cranking. We're seeing massive winds coming out of the south. A lot of southern New England is hit with a sustained wind of 15 to 25 knots during the day on Saturday into the early afternoon. Those winds in southeastern New England are just going to increase to over 30 knots sustained at times. That could be gusts very high. How strong will the gusts exactly be? Well, very strong. I've got two contours on the map. If you're in the yellow, you're probably going to be seeing a wind-blown snow at some times. If you're in the orange, you could easily be seeing close to blizzard-like conditions at times. This will not be by any means a blizzard because you're not going to be seeing frequent gusts for anything close to 3 hours at a time. 40 to 55, 20 to 40. New York City sees a couple blowing snow on the backside. That's pretty much it for now, folks. Have a good day.